Oh, okay. I guess I'll speak. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Unpopular Review, the entertainment side. We're talking about Marvel's What If, and you got the trio of destiny. You got the Great Grand Slam, Pooba, Satan Superior, and filling in for Vic the Mark. We have he was cleaning the awards last night. Won the executive consultant. Thank you for joining us. Uh,
Hey, you're quite welcome. I actually was going to take the part of Vic, and I was going to be all hype, do a few of these, But I can't. As good as impersonation as I do of a lot of people, I can't do a good Vic. Hey,
Well, you
well,
can't
maybe.
be good at everything. Isn't
Yeah,
that what they say?
that's true. I
How
can't.
does it feel to be the most awarded of the UPR crew?
Well, it's like that every year, right?
Oh,
And
Lord.
it's only because y'all vote for me, right?
Here we
And
go.
just to prove my point, both of these people up top voted for me in something. So I don't know why they even say stuff.
We could not vote for ourselves, ladies.
yeah, and that was
fair.
very.
If
Yeah,
you
that
voted
was
for
good.
yourself, if Ron voted for himself and C voted for herself, it would have been like a 7-way tie.
Who did you
Shout
vote
out
for?
to Dan in
Yes,
the
Dan.
comments. The best
That's
UPR
better.
judge. Congratulations.
Well, I won't agree with that. I won't agree with that. I'm going to make
Thank you,
that
Dan.
clear.
Thank you,
But
Dan.
thank you for joining.
Appreciated.
Can you? Okay, you're the guest, so please calm down. You're already just
I can't say thank
stepping
you.
about.
I can't say thank you.
No, please chill. But Dan, thank you for being here. But see, you're in charge of this thing. Come on, get this stuff in check here.
Tonight, thanks for clicking on our faces. Tonight, we're talking about the second season of What If. Now, if you recall from last year? Was it out last year?
It was 2 years ago, believe it or not.
Yeah,
2 years ago. It's crazy, right?
It's been a while. What If was very well received overall. So I think like season 2 has some big shoes to fill. This first
it's nice
episode,
12.
Yeah, this first episode, we follow Nebula in like this looks like what cyberpunk-esque world.
It's supposed to be the world that they're in. So this is supposed to take place during Guardians, a little bit before this. So we have Roman the Accuser, right? He was the main villain of Guardians of the Galaxy. I forget the name of their hometown and stuff like that, right? But I gotta sit here and say real quick.
Like
You were talking about, yes, thank you. So What If, right? I've enjoyed What If. Episode 1 was pretty cool, just a spoiler. But What If has made Thanos look like such a dweeb. Like this is the second time. Yeah, because do you remember in the first season? At the end, Ultron killed him within 5 seconds. And this you don't even see him. All you see is a helmet. This guy's been getting his butt handed to him.
I think that's kind of them trying to signal, okay, Thanos, that time has passed. They need to not really harp on how big Thanos is and what a I guess final boss he is, because they have to introduce bigger bosses if they want, Marvel to.
Well, you got also to remember too. This is before Guardians, so this is before he has the stones and all the stuff. Roman turns on him. I don't even know if Roman got the stones, but Roman, who didn't even seem like a big threat in Guardians, it's been a while since I saw the first movie, because he just seemed like a throwaway character to me. So to see him just, I guess, take out Thanos like that was just kind of wild. But please carry on.
Well, like I said, Nebula is in this cyberpunk-esque, like you said, Guardians of the Galaxy alternate universe.
Yes.
And she is a detective of some sort. She takes an oath to defend and protect and defend and all of that.
The Nova Course.
Yeah, and this is in a area, again, I believe it's called Xander, where they were so in fear of their safety that they enclosed their planet behind like this shield. This, I don't even know what the heck is made of, like this metal.
It gave off like how they had in Infinity War with the Wakanda, and they had the shield over Wakanda before the aliens came in or something like that. Thanos' army. Yeah.
But whatever shield this is, it's way powerful than the one they had in Wakanda, because they was breaking through them walls. But this one, they said it could last for like 50 years or something like that. Dude couldn't even get in. Like it was so strong.
I'm just hoping my liver can do that too.
I was hold up against the force of the alpha.
No, when you absolutely. There you go.
So, we got Xandu dead, right? This man can't catch a break, and Nebula comes across his remains and finds his little thingy. I don't know what it's called.
You actually really nailed that. That was really
Yeah,
good.
see, if only I had one in real life.
Oh, in your hands it would be dangerous.
Yes, it would. Chris, count your days. That's what I'm saying. But
if I were to get killed by that, I would still die the funniest host of UPR.
oh Lord, here we go.
Well, for UPRE, right?
Well,
What's he staring at? Is he hot? Go
She
ahead.
gets the arrow and it unlocks this, what we call it, like this grid, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a grid, and it was giving her clues and everything that was going on with Yondu. What was
So,
that?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, Yondu had like he was working on something. Something's a mess, right? Something is a
Yes.
mess. And she tells her superiors, and I believe they called her like Supernova or something like that.
Yeah, because that's what it is. Because the thing is supposed to be called Nova, and I forget what it was, like course or crop. I forget what it was, but
Maybe Core Nova, because Supernova is from Xenon, Girl 21st.
Well, Supernova is it Supernova? Because Nova is a Marvel character. That's why when I heard Nova, I already knew that's a character.
Oh,
But
no, but Supernova, zoom, 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 make my heart go boom, boom, my Supernova girl. That's from Xenon. Y'all know in the comments. Disney original movie. Now, her superior tells her like, look, we got to find what's up any means necessary.
what was this person's name? You said her what?
Her superior.
Did her initial begin with a C, by the way?
Yeah, the superior. This is
okay. There we go.
She tells her, we got to get behind. We got to figure this out. By any means, right? So she knows that Nebula is about that action. She's about that business. So Nebula is going to get the job done. She starts doing all this detective work. We see her go to the club. We see Drax in the background. We see Groot. Groot is there.
Mm-hmm.
We see like a whole bunch of different
Krog. Was it in Krog?
Yeah, Krog. I think it is from Thor. And
that's what I was going to ask Sue, but I guess because of the alternate timeline, because he was never in space, right? We just happened to find him in Thor. But I do want to say real quick, Krog, because I don't think he was in anything in space, but right, this is an alternate timeline. But I do want to say real quick, I did appreciate that they were able to get the actual actor to voice him, and that's my DoorDash, and the lady who does yes, I thought that was really great. But carry on.
That was her actual voice.
That was the actual voice.
I want to ask you guys because to me, I felt like it wasn't. I was like, this must be a different actress because something about it seems a little more gruff, like a little more, gruff and tumble. I don't know what you think down there, the executive. Mighty quiet this evening.
No, I thought. I knew that was her. They had her in the credits, so and I thought she played a very, droll and boring character like she normally does.
Boring. I happen to really like.
I only liked her in one movie. Avengers Endgame was the only movie that she ever was good in. Every other movie, she's been kind of boring and droll and just depressing. And in this movie, in this show, she did the same thing. No personality, no charisma, nothing.
But I think that's the character. I think she brings out. I don't know enough about Nebula, right? But I think she does a great job bringing out from the way that she drags her voice. Like she does this. You'll
do it.
She said, "Oh no! How did this get here?" This is a lot.
I'm sorry. That's how I feel. Like she should read a bedtime story and you'll go to sleep. That's how good she is.
Compelling story. I happen to like her.
Her story might be fine in the movies. Her story might be fine, but the way she sounds is completely dead.
But no one complains about John Wick. He literally says like he has that same.
That's Keanu Reeves at this point. That's what everybody knows. Keanu Reeves is playing Keanu Reeves. He's going to play that character in every movie he does. So they're used to that and they like that at this point. That's like Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is a horrible actor, right? Horrible actor. I remember earlier this year, I think somebody was trying to convince me to go see Renfield because they wanted to review it. And I looked at her like she's crazy. I'm not naming any names. I'm not going to call anybody out. But I looked at her like she was the craziest motherfucker in the world. Why would you want to go see a Nicolas Cage movie when a man can act? He has not acted well since Face Off.
Oh, God.
Well, that's being generous.
But if you can get used to John Wick being so, monotone, you should, at this point, you should be used to Nebula.
John Wick and Nebula are two totally different characters. One is
They're
entertainment.
two totally different characters, but they both have that same, like, you know,
But
drive.
Nebula is not killing everybody at every corner every single time. Where Nebula is killing my eyelids.
Well, you must not
Oh,
have
my
seen
Lord.
the prison breakout scene in this series, because when she does, I don't want to get too far ahead, but she does meet up with
Carry
Howard
on.
the Duck. We see.
I love this character. I loved him so much. We'll talk about it later.
Let me
But
turn
carry
my
on.
headphones down. That was kind
And you know what? No, apparently this reminded me of a story, and I don't know where I heard it from. And Jack, maybe you heard it as well. That
Sure.
Howard the Duck was kind of retired because Disney didn't want it to be a thing, because Donald Duck was already existing, and the imagery of Howard the Duck was too similar to Donald Duck. So
I've seen the images in the comics. Yeah.
Yeah, they fought the tooth and nail to kind of get like Howard the Duck kind of like, you know, away, kind of like under the table. Like they can't even use Howard the Duck like that. And it wasn't until Disney, you know, acquired Marvel that they was like, all right, let's, you know, give him a couple appearances, you know, which I thought was really interesting. But his character in this episode, you know, he was like the runner.
He could join us. He could have joined us for our wind downs. What?
Yes. He seems like
he was my guy. I want to know what his liver looked like.
Who knows? Duck liver, though, isn't that like a very expensive dish? Anyone remember 1980s Howard the Duck movie? I think I remember like images of it. It's like a live action, right? Where he's like really creepy looking.
Yeah. Yeah, because the 80s, that's what they had. They can only go with what they can afford to see.
Yeah, it was very.
Someone in the 1980s said, I am leaving. How dare you insult Rob Tank? But yeah, it did look creepy.
It looks like the duck version of the Ninja Turtles when they were like had the live action Ninja Turtles, and they were kind of creepy looking.
There's this real close up picture of one of the turtles, and it looked like he was bit in the face. I said, "Oh my god, that's creepy." Yeah, if I can find that imagery, I'll definitely share it in the group.
But
carry on.
It wasn't until she met up with Howard the Duck and Krog was there, and he was able to just instantly say, "Hey, yeah, this is a grid of X, Y, and Z," and it was because he was able to identify what it was. She realized, okay, well, I need the help of this guy. She goes to prison. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, I was thinking it was going to be Tony Stark. I don't know why. She was like, this one man who's intelligent enough to get through this and get through that. And I was like, is it about to be Tony Stark, like a evil version of Tony? I don't know why, but that would have been kind of cool. But it's this random guy. I don't know if he's ever been in the MCU before. Have you guys heard about this?
I did not recognize him. Not recognize him.
Let us know in the comments if you know.
Please do. Yeah.
But she breaks him out of prison, and this was the scene I was alluding to. She kicks everyone's butt, all the guards, and it was hundreds, right? Hundreds.
I'm sorry. Can I interrupt real quick? Were you talking about the person she broke out of jail that you don't recognize?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see why you don't recognize, because he's from a horrible movie. If you saw the Captain Marvel, right? The character of Jude Law.
Is that the one who taught him?
That's the character of Jude Law.
You know what? That makes so much sense because he's in the credit. But I didn't know who he was voicing. Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about like somebody else. My fault. Yeah.
No, good job. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Great job.
Also, this must have been before he got his powers or something like that then, because he was pretty he sucked.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Good job.
Anything like that? If he would have said anything, I would not have known.
Yeah. No. And Dan was to add to EC's point. He said he was the bad guy that brainwashed Captain Marvel. That makes so much sense. I just didn't recognize, because when you look at Nebula, you look at some characters, you're like, oh, I know that character.
Yeah.
But I think also too, we had an opportunity to get more familiar with these characters. So Jude Law's character, we only saw him once, and we'll probably never see him again.
Never again. I think Marvel is kind of having that sometimes. They'll introduce a character and you'll never hear from them ever again for a while. And it's like, wow, it's right. That does.
I mean, the way he got his butt kicked and Captain Marvel, I wouldn't show my face ever again either.
Well, he showed his face in What If, and he showed his ass, because when they get to the place, he double crosses
all that white ass.
Yeah, he double crosses Nebula, and so much so that she is just out for the count almost. She takes all of this damage. She's a droid, right? An android, so she's getting
technically a cyborg.
or Cyborg.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think also too, you there's a part about this because we are talking about Jude Law's character. I'm sorry, I just don't remember his name, so I'm just gonna say Jude Law. Jude Law. What you call? Why is he looking up? What's wrong with him? Are you sick?
Why? Well, yes, but why? You have a hard time pronouncing names. It drives me nuts sometimes. Repeat after me. Jude Law. Not I don't know what. No, but he's throwing R's. It sounds like he's throwing R's in there.
Say that
does
again.
that a lot. I don't
know. Do that? No, work with me. Say it again.
You're not catching me.
He's so good. Jude Law. Is that good? Is that good, Professor? Thank you. I don't know. The female character, the superior, right? Yes. She turns on him, but it was something about this too. So this gave me like you remember that podcast you told me to listen to some time back? It was like Who Did It or something like that.
Yeah.
So this is what this kind of, yes, and this is what they kind of gave me. And it was like almost at the end, it gave the reveal, like who betrayed Nebula. And then you see this old woman, I want to call it Trunchbull, who comes out and said, yes, it was me all along. Now, I just wanted to include that too.
This wasn't too much of a shock for me. I don't know if you guys thought it was surprising. But again, they only have 30 minutes to kind of build a world and establish a connection. So I won't fault them too heavily for that. But she's a turncoat, Nova Prime. She's working with what's his name to try to get him in and open the gates. But Nene, because our girl, she's not having it. She leaves her to die, but of course she's our hero of the episode, so she doesn't die. She gets messed up. She kind of catapults.
Oh, she got wrecked.
Yeah, over the edge. She's comes back to Howard the Duck, looking like
the hero of this story.
All right, is it?
He wore the bandana. See, the superior.
Oh, yes.
When you wear the bandana, you cannot be questioned. He was the leader of this bad boy. I just want to talk about this spot right here. They rebuild her, right? They get her back together, and she's like, "Yo, I need a team to take on the Nova Corps, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking. She's like, "I know you got guns, Howard." He's like, "Nah, I don't want to be a part of that. It's not good for business." He's like, "Well, what's gonna happen if Roman takes over?" He's like, "People drink. They'll take your liquor license." No.
Yeah, see? So
Ronan is your head of the table and tribal chief.
So yeah, he's in it for selfish. He's in it for selfish reasons, but nonetheless, he's there. And they were able to, infiltrate the Nova Corps and get things done. They stopped what's his name from coming in because
Jude
Nebula.
Law?
No, not Jude Law. What's his name?
Oh, Ronan.
Yeah, Ronan. Now,
did I do that right, Professor?
Now, and this is when Nebula has her James Bond moment where she tells, "Oh yeah, I knew all along." So
I love that. I really love that.
She already.
Real quick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just wanted to. I don't know if you just said it, but the way how you said that she already knew. So the force field crushes, which is fantastic. I just wanted to throw that out there. I thought that was great. Ronan can't win in no universe, apparently.
We got to put a seizure warning for this background. I've been meaning to mention this. We need to put a seizure warning at the beginning of every video.
That's funny. When it was made, I think I told Ron that too. I was like, well, the only problem is
yeah. It's definitely going to give somebody some kind of issue.
Yes, someone might definitely have found.
We're not liable. Chris
no, we're not.
Though, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
That guy.
Yeah, give it to him.
I didn't make it.
But you put it on.
Yeah, we were just fine with the original one, and here you are doing stuff. Now he mutes himself.
We're on the two-person background. We need to go on the third. That's all. And the other ones are for the awards.
Oh yeah, the ones that you stole. Yeah.
Now we can concentrate without hurting our eyes.
Yeah, I almost fell to the ground.
Right. So yeah, that was pretty much the episode though. She uncovers everything. She realizes that she gets her lick back from both Jude Law and what's her name, Nova Prime. And
Jude Law been getting his ass kicked for years.
And that was the show. So what did you guys think about the very first episode of season 2? What do you think about it?
EC, take the floor first because you haven't said a lot at all here. You just been like the whole body.
I wasn't happy with it. I wasn't entertained at all. I only like Nebula in one particular movie that was Avengers Endgame, where I thought her character definitely improved a lot as far as entertainment value. But before that, she was kind of a drag. I wouldn't say I would want to flip a channel every time I saw her. That's not the case, but she was just not as entertaining as the rest of anybody she was in the movie with, whether it be the Guardians of the Galaxy or even this movie. I agree with kind of what Grand Slam Puba said. I thought Howard the Duck actually stole the show to me by far. Just a very entertaining character. I didn't like Jude Law in any movie he's been in a Marvel movie. None of the movies he's been in a Marvel movie, I thought he was entertaining. And I mean, I'm going to say something's unpopular, but that's what I do, right? So, Cedar Superior said about 3 minutes ago that she was being James Bond. I thought she was being Batman in this movie, right? I thought everything about her to me screamed Batman. Even the damn planet screamed Gotham City to me. Everything screamed Batman. And if you don't believe me, just watch.
No, I am. Yeah.
That reminded me of the scene where she entered that damn club that Howard the Duck was in charge of. She even got called a detective. Even the last scene when she was talking to God knows whoever, I forgot who it was, but the guy pretty much said, "You didn't. I didn't even get a chance to say thank you, and you never have to." Then she walks off like a boss. That's screaming Batman. Everything about this movie screamed Batman. I already knew everything. I was 3 steps ahead of you. That's Batman with prep time. Give me a freaking break.
I can see it, but
not DC.
I can see it, but I can also see James Bond. They both have that, like, stoic. I'm better than everyone.
She ain't sleep with not one person. She ain't look like she was ready to sleep with one person.
Well,
she ain't have no
aside
martini in her
from
hand.
that, Batman. Come on now, Batman.
Well, Batman is not as bad as James Bond.
I don't know.
James Bond walks into a room, says hi. Next thing you know, they're in the shower. Like that's James Bond.
Batman sleeps with all his female villains.
Yeah, after he kicks their ass a few times. There's a difference.
Oh, look at this, promoting violence. But let's see. There was a teaser of Richard Rider Nova at the
I'm
end.
not sure what that is. Dan, please explain more, because I'm not familiar with this individual.
Yeah, let us know.
Okay, but the
Richard
important
Rider.
comment that Dan says is right here. A daily reminder that the Batman. Hold on.
The Batman is the
movie.
GOAT. Yes.
Because now that I'm reading it out loud, I'm starting to think about what he's saying. I thought he was talking about the character Batman. Now, if you're talking about that stupid ass, dumbass
Batman.
movie, then we're going to have to backtrack.
You had it right, Dan. You had it right.
Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's talking about the animated series. In that case, I'll kind of give it to you because I think the animated series is very underrated. The Batman animated series, not as good as Batman the animated series, but still a very good series. But the movie, The Batman, one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Give me 14 more of these episodes before I ever watch The Batman again.
Jack, what did you think about this episode?
I'm sorry. It was a fun opener. I mean, there was things that I didn't necessarily was like, oh, okay. I mean, it's that first episode. So I go with it's the first episode. I can't wait to see where the other stuff go. And I just want more Howard the Duck.
All
I
right.
want more Howard. I want more Howard the Duck.
Well, I enjoyed it. Was it my favorite of the ones that we, including like I'm thinking about this season 1? I think it was pretty good. I think there was a couple episodes from season 1 that I wasn't really feeling. I want to say my favorite episode of season 1 was the Doctor Strange one. But
I think I
like
remember you
that.
saying that.
Yeah, I like that they are the Doctor Strange. I just have to say this: the Doctor Strange episode of What If was better than Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I'm going to say that right now. Boom. But I like that they're using characters that aren't necessarily like the main Avengers in these What If episodes. So yeah, I'm excited to see the next episode, which does air tomorrow, and of course. We will be bringing it to you, the recap and the rundown and the wind down to you tomorrow night. So enjoy it on Disney Plus. Once you're done with that, join us here at 8 o'clock-ish and, talk about it with us and, unpack whatever we discover in episode 2.
Let's talk about it. Join us live. Not right after, because, it'll be in the morning, but join us live.
Also, if you're on the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and join UPRE for movie reviews. They will be going over the I Love the 90s. Is that right, Chris?
Oh, man. Really?
Yeah, I Love the 90s. They're going to be talking about the Night Before Christmas.
What was that?
And John right there. So join them next week for that. And thanks for watching. Goodbye. See ya. Where's our outro? Where's our outro?
Oh, right. Am I doing this? I'm doing this. Boom.
Sure.
I had no idea. That's why I was like confused. Where's our outro? Where is all this stuff? There we go. Thank you. This stuff is on